Happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Southbridge Street Live. I am here with my great friend Mike Allen, and we were not just talking about how much he likes Blue's Clues.
Got me, you got me.
Today we are really excited.
Song?
Yeah, do you have this theme song?
Yeah.
How
we
many
just
seconds
figured out
can
Blue's
we sing
Clues.
it?
I have kids. I like them to be quiet sometimes. Blue's Clues was amazing.
My favorite thing is even now as I drive up to the mailbox, I'm like, here's the mail, it never fails.
Thanks.
Okay, so we're really here to talk about something really incredible that we are going to be launching on Southbridge Street Live, and you're a big part of that. He is going to be hosting the Grill Sargent. It's our first outdoor cooking show. I'm so excited. So tell me a little bit, Mike Allen, about the idea for you to call yourself the Grill Sargent, and then how we've morphed that into Friday is our 6 p.m. is our first episode.
I was in the Army from 1991 to 2011.
Wow.
And
thank you for your service.
No, they paid me. It was a good deal. It was a good deal. I have a lifetime of great memories. There was a couple times that weren't very cool, but I got to travel the world, so I really enjoyed it. But thank you, I appreciate that.
You've made some incredible friendships.
It was a good deal for me. I got an education out of the deal. I retired with halfway to a master's degree.
Wow.
I finished my bachelor's while I was in Iraq, actually. So it was a great experience. But anyway, the food wasn't always the best. The food, if you can believe this or not, I don't know. The government doesn't make great food. They're just not good at it. There's things they do good. Bombs, yes. Burgers, not so much.
Not so much.
So anyway, when I retired, I no longer have to eat nonsense cooked by other people. So I rarely go out, and I just kind of like to fiddle around in the kitchen and play. And a lot of my friends on social media have said, you need to cook for other people, and I've done that before. And
well, you've been on the show with Dana and
I came on and made salsa, and I've done food prep awesome for some people before. Cool. And I just really enjoy cooking. And then when you said you needed a cooking host, I said, I got this. And I've got a grill, and I only use my stove now to boil water.
Right, I love that.
And I've got a pellet grill, and I can cook everything on it, to include dessert.
So let's go into this whole pellet grill, because you really made, you were very, very clear where you're like, I'm the Grill Sargent, this is what we're going to be doing, but nobody better make fun of my grill.
They can make fun
of it. So tell me about this pellet grill, and why you chose the pellet grill.
Traditional barbecue.
Right.
Okay. It comes from cooking the worst chunks of meat in the ground over fire.
Right.
And then we've evolved it a little bit into charcoal and lighter fluid and whatnot.
Right.
And some science guys, and I love science people, they make all kinds of cool stuff, made a pellet grill, which it pretty much just has a heating element that feeds little pellets into it of any flavor, mesquite, oak, or whatever.
Right. What is your favorite flavor?
I like mesquite. I'm from Texas, so mesquite.
Mesquite, yeah.
But you use different for different meats, and I haven't really started playing around with that too much yet.
Right.
But so the traditional barbecue people, long story longer, the traditional barbecue people who like charcoal meats cooked over that kind of fire, give the pellet grill people hard times.
Really?
Oh, it's kind of like do you Texans or Cowboys? Which one's better?
Right.
Who cares? I'm gonna eat.
That's right. That's right.
And all I have to do is turn the knob, and the food comes out phenomenal.
Who taught you how to cook?
My mom taught me how to cook growing up, a little bit here and there, the basics, and then I got my first non-traditional type job in the Army in 2002-ish, and I was training National Guard at Fort Hood, Texas, and my ex-wife was working during the day, and she got off around 5. Well, since we were training National Guard, there was no National Guard to train during the week.
Right.
So I had a lot of free time, so I took a little bit extra household responsibilities, and
that's cool.
And would cook, just get a little Betty Crocker cookbook and figure it out. And as I went on, I got a little bit better. I used to be measuring it out at teaspoon, tablespoon, and now I'm just willy-nilly, namby-pamby like.
Right, willy-nilly. That's going to be interesting as we're trying to put your recipe ingredients on a screen. You're going to be like, willy-nilly.
Yeah, just a little bit of
this
this.
and a little bit of that.
I will write I will write a more traditional recipe. But the thing about cooking I've learned is I like things different than you. So if I write a recipe, maybe you don't like onions, so don't put them.
Right.
Hey, maybe you want it spicier, or maybe if there's something with honey or bourbon in it, you can exclude or include more of it.
I gotcha. Okay, so let's just for fun, let's talk about this. How spicy do you like it?
I, because of the military food and local Iraqi cuisine is not the best tasting, I really enjoy burning the taste buds off of my mouth, but I've gotten better now.
Really? Oh yeah, I see. Like you're more savoring.
Yeah, if you look at it
now.
and you don't know what kind of animal it might be.
Oh Lord.
And so you just put a lot of hot sauce on it.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
So that wasn't your favorite cuisine of all of the places that you've traveled, and I know you've been to many places all in the world. What has been your favorite, let's say, national cuisine?
It's funny, but I love the Greek food that was in Germany.
Really? Greek food in Germany?
There's a huge Greek presence, and
Oh,
you can't go
yes,
around the corner without getting a doner kebab. And,
doner kebab's
and then
amazing.
at 2 o'clock in the morning when you had a couple of German beers or 3, and then they go slicing that off.
Yes.
But local German cuisine, the schnitzels and all the fair foods were amazing. Kind of like we have a boot fest here,
Right.
and every small town, Shrimp Fest or whatever, every little town in Germany has a little festival like that.
Right.
And they'll have plenty of beer and plenty of wine if you're in the western region. And so you get all that, and then all the traditional foods cooked literally over fire on a hanging rack.
Right, right.
And then there's throw-up rides after, so that's fun.
What is it?
Throw-up rides after the carnival.
Good Lord.
So eat a big pork sandwich, drink a couple of beers.
We're live.
Oh,
Just
sorry.
kidding.
Sorry, not sorry. No, but German foods were great. Greek foods are great. I'm a big fan of Tex-Mex because I'm from Texas.
Right, exactly. What is your favorite restaurant here?
I really, the one I miss the most, and this was one of my favorite lunch spots, was Robert's. Do you remember Robert's sandwich?
Yes, yes.
Oh my God, they had such great service, such great food.
Yeah.
But I like the traditional barbecues. Some of our places, Mumford's and Lupe, Limon, and guys like that. And then the Pump House, and they always have amazing foods too.
How about Sky? Have you been to Sky Restaurant?
I have went out there a couple of times, yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, they do like a pan-seared tuna. So, as long as we're going to do this show, I'm going to, be the
Pan-seared
director, I'm going to definitely ask you to do some tuna eventually.
Yeah,
Some pan-seared tuna.
Might be in luck. My son and I are going tuna fishing soon. He wants to
Are
go,
you
so
really?
we're getting
cool.
ready. Yeah.
Now you're like a meat, like do you not do a lot of carbs? Do you not eat a lot of carbs?
I drink my carbs.
There you go.
No,
I love your candor. Hey, this is what you're getting. This is the Grill Sargent. Here you go. Yes.
When I got back from Iraq in 2006, I was very, very skinny, and they put me on a ton of medication.
Right.
So I went from 150, let's say, to 225. And so I really had to watch what I ate.
Right.
Because I couldn't exercise as much. And so I really had to watch what I ate. And then when I've kind of quit taking all those medications, I could lose weight. And now I'm kind of in a maintenance phase where I've been through my workout crazy phase, and right now I'm in a lazy phase.
A lazy phase.
Yeah.
You're just gonna
so
cook
I'll
on
eat,
Friday. Yeah.
I'll eat some carbs, but I try and limit them. More meats and more veggies, and I like those.
Right.
Then you don't have to work out as much. It's
So
science.
what kind of food are we going to? There you go. It's science. What kind of food are we going to be expecting from you every couple of Fridays?
Well, this first Friday, I'm going to make, I made the trial run yesterday, and I sent you the HEB shopping list.
Yes.
To serve 6 people is going to cost $18.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and that includes dessert. And so Friday's menu is going to be a grilled chicken breast with a brown sugar and bourbon glaze. And then we're going to have some roasted sweet potatoes. And those are pretty amazing last night, by the way. Franco and Tank approve.
Oh,
and,
good, yeah.
And then a side salad with cucumbers and cherry tomatoes. And then for dessert, I took pineapple and I covered it in brown sugar and cinnamon, a little bit of bourbon, a little bit of honey, and I froze it to get it frozen, and then you throw it on the grill for about 5 seconds really hot, and the outside gets char marks. Throw a little ice cream on there. America, freedom. Tastes great.
America, freedom. I love it. Well, okay, so let's talk really quick about like the extension of what we wanted to do here is that we wanted to, like, you know, in most shows that we do on Southbridge Street Live, I would say all the shows that we do on Southbridge Street Live, is always like, what is the most amount of good for as many people as we can? You know, what can we do to help our community? And so one of the things that I think is so amazing is that Mike Allen, once he's finished cooking, and we've fed the guests, because you will have guests. And so like, let's go ahead and shout out to all of the military personnel in our community. And then the first responders, you wanted to include first responders.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're going to be not only getting a cooking show, but you're also going to be getting, you know, some conversation as well. And then at the end of every show, whatever we have left, and we do intend to have, you know, sponsors that are going to put together, you know, bigger portions of meats and things like that. We're going to divide up, and some volunteers are going to drive out to, you know, some of the veterans who are immobile. And deliver some food. So
yeah, that was a great idea you had, and I'm all on board 100,000%.
It's okay for the idea.
No,
yeah, I know.
No,
but
I like if all I got to do is turn the grill on and talk to a couple people, and some homebound people get a free meal out of the day. That's a good Friday.
That's awesome.
That is a great Friday.
That's such a great idea.
And and for $20, we're going to feed 6 people.
Right.
So and I've already talked to my first couple of people I've invited on. I said, hey, if you can, you know, you and your guests donate $10. That's going to feed 4 extra people.
Wow. Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah. So if for every 2 people if you donate $10, 4 people are going to get.
That's
4
super
people
cool.
besides you are going to get fed.
Right.
So
because you're very like before you got here. You know, you were doing donuts with some veterans, and so I know that your heart is just so, you know, passionate about providing for veterans and for engaging in activity with them.
Yeah,
so.
I have a weekly group. I go hang out with some guys. Been doing that for a couple of years, and we have donuts, and then they talk mess to me because I had stuff like air conditioning and the interwebs at war. So I like to make fun of them.
This is before their time.
Yeah, I like to make fun of them a little bit, and then they give me all the heart. Don't worry, they give it all back to me.
I bet you they do. I bet you they do.
Of all the flavors in the world, they choose to be salty.
I love that.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm kind of the same way. So yeah, but they're a bunch of cool guys. We've been hanging out forever.
That's super cool. We'll get to meet some of them in the future.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what, like you said, we want to invite on some first responders, some
absolutely.
teachers, doctors, nurses, whatever, community members, veterans, you know.
So this is like an open invitation. If you know a veteran, if you know a first responder who would, you know, come and sit with Mike Allen and give him some cooking tips while he's cooking. I'm just kidding. Just to come and visit, to hang out with him. So
it's funny you say that. Once you start talking to somebody about your cooking,
right,
they're going to tell you their recipes.
I know. That's what I was thinking. That's actually, in all joking aside, I was like imagining like how you're going to have some backseat drivers, I'm sure.
I was getting a tattoo last week, and my tattoo artist is my therapist. I've
as many tattoo artists are.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's done all of mine. So when I need a little mental break or whatever, I just go talk to him, and he grinds on me and hurts me, but it looks good.
It looks good.
But
who's your tattoo artist?
Puppet at
Oh
Primal
yeah,
Instincts.
yes, I'm
go
very
see Puppet.
familiar
Go
with
see
him. Yeah.
go see Dark Ass Dennis. That's his name, or Chris. Maybe not Chris. No.
Very
Joking.
fun. Yes.
But yeah, so I go see him, and in the middle of my tattooing, He's telling me all his barbecue recipes.
Oh, really?
I've got a good chocolate and coffee brisket that
What?
I don't know.
Are you gonna have him on sometime?
I asked
Yeah?
him. I
What
asked
did he
him
say?
if he said yes. He's got some stuff going on, so he might be able to come Friday. Might not.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully
That'll
he
be
can.
fun.
And he served in the Marine Corps as
Yes,
well.
he did. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, he was one of the first people I met in Victoria. So we go way back.
Oh, that's cool. So what kind of things are you going to be cooking?
Everything.
Everything.
I want to make some. I think we've talked a little bit. I'd like to make some dog food treats. You know, my dog's got a little overweight.
I can only imagine.
It's this guy's fault, 100% this guy's fault. And my neighbor, I've had the same great neighbor for like 5 years. We're over the fence, neighbors talking like this, and she's a nurse, and she always comes and takes care of my dogs when I'm out of town.
Yes.
And she goes, Franco's a little thick, and I said, did you fat shame him? Don't fat shame him. But,
Don't fat shame my dog.
I started looking at all the stuff on treats, and it's just a bunch of nonsense. And so I've started looking at different ways to make healthier stuff for my dogs so I don't kill them.
Sure.
I like them, and I like to feed them, but maybe I don't need to kill them.
Now, Mike Island, I can see you doing lots of things, but like I'm like imagining like some kind of dough and you're stamping out these little dog biscuit, you know, cookie cutter kind of things. This is not the kind of treats you're talking about.
Okay, Franco likes those. He tried some sweet potatoes yesterday. He's all on board. But I've got a kind of a system. I know this is silly. When I go out of town, like I just recently went to the Pacific Northwest for a week, and when I get back, Franco's mad at me, and he won't talk to me for a little while. But to kind of make up for it, I make him ribs.
Oh, you make him ribs?
I make him beef ribs.
Oh, that's awesome. That's on his diet. That's on his menu for diets. Really?
It's meat.
It's meat. There you go. Amen, brother.
Wolves. Dogs are wolves. Wolves eat meat. Dogs.
There you go. Okay, all
Science.
right. Okay, point taken. Science. I love this.
Well, you could get a.
How long will your show be?
I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah, an hour, 2 hours.
No. You got
30 minutes?
You got an hour and a half.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah, an hour and a half.
I got it.
This is going to be awesome. So we can expect, so these are the things we can expect. Amazing recipes, right? All done on this pellet grill. The pellet grill.
Not barbecue.
Take it or leave it, yes.
Hey, but I can grill from my hot tub.
There you go. Oh, that's hilarious. Please show them the maneuver you make from your hot tub. Yes.
It's kind of like this.
Yes, I love that. But these are going to be like take-home recipes that you can try over the weekend or tomorrow.
And I'll make available the shopping list so you know exactly what to get.
Perfect.
A lot of times when I was doing food prep, I noticed that that's really just people didn't know. And it's really, really simple. I think everything I made last night, I try to kind of keep track of time.
Right.
And all total took about 30, 45 minutes to cook the whole meal.
Wow.
But in real prep time and doing stuff time,
Sure.
it was about 7 to 8 minutes. The rest of the time I'm sitting around texting or playing on my phone.
Right.
It doesn't have to be labor intensive to make good, healthy food.
Yeah. You know what I think when I think about you doing this is I think about you've always had a servant's heart.
Thank you.
You know, and how some people show love and giving by cooking. Do you understand?
Oh, that is
like,
it,
what
100%.
you put a lot of love and stuff into what you're doing and to be of service.
You hit the nail on the head right there. You know, everywhere I joke with my girlfriend that she takes her personal chef everywhere she goes because I really enjoy cooking for people that I care about. Right. You know, and so friends. That's why I want to have friends and family, and community members come and we can cook for them, and then show other people how to cook.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh no, thank you. I'm excited.
Your time to be a part of Southbridge Street Live and to be a part of that circle of giving here.
High five.
Thank you so much. All right, so it's going to be this Friday, 6 p.m. We're going to shoot live from the warehouse. This is going to be amazing. This is Mike Allen, the Grill Sargent. This is awesome. Thank you so much for taking some time to come and visit with me today. So you will see them Friday. See them Friday. Woo. Thank you guys so much for watching Southbridge Street Live.